All right, let's jump right into this explainer because today we're going to fix your Claude Code token budget. Look, Claude Code is an incredibly powerful tool, but let's be real, if you leave it unmanaged, it is just a massive, massive drain on your wallet. So, picture this. It's Sunday night, you're deep into a complex refactor, and bam, you hit that dreaded context limit reached error. Or maybe you open up your bill on Monday morning and just completely panic. Well, today we're going to defeat the invisible enemy that's secretly eating all of your tokens. You see, Claude Code isn't just a basic chatbot. It's an agent, and that leads us to something called the agentic loop. Basically, this happens when the agent repeatedly resends your entire full conversation history as context for every single tool call it makes. This means your token usage starts compounding incredibly fast. To put that into perspective, just 5 turns into your coding session, you're handing Claude about 3,800 tokens. That's your initial prompt, a couple of file reads, and a bit of short history. You know, it doesn't seem too bad yet, right? But take a look at this exponential leap. By turn 30, you're looking at 38,000 tokens. Because that loop drags your whole history forward, you are literally repaying for turns 1 through 29 all over again on turn 30. It is wild. Think of it this way. Tokens are basically like Lego bricks. Claude has to process every single brick you hand it before it can actually start building your solution. The big takeaway here? You've got to stop handing Claude every single brick in your entire codebase. So how do we fix this? Let's dive into the priority stack, starting with Tier 1, control the context. Look at this massive difference. If you dump 15 raw files into an unmanaged context, that's going to cost you about $23.63 for 20 turns. But if you explicitly scope those files, that cost absolutely plummets to just 12 cents. That is a total mic'd up moment. You have got to stop dumping your whole project into the context window. Instead, you should be using context generators. Tools like repomix, which is great for quick setups on most projects, code to prompt if you're in the Rust ecosystem, or codesight for multi-tool MCP integration. You just run them once to build this beautifully lean, token-efficient snapshot of your project to hand over to Claude. Next up, get your .claudeignore files sorted out. You need to add your node modules, dist and build folders, your .git folder, and coverage reports. This instantly stops you from paying Claude to read through your junk directories. Moving on through the priority stack, we hit Tier 2, pick the model. I absolutely love this mental model. Think of Opus as the architect, perfect for complex blueprints and structural decisions. Then you have Sonnet, the contractor, who handles the fast, everyday execution. And finally, Haiku is your apprentice, stepping in for those simple, trivial, repetitive tasks. It's totally crucial to always align your specific task with the right price tier. A great way to do this is with opus-plan mode. You literally just type /model opus-plan. This gives you that expensive architectural genius to create the initial plan, you review it, and then Claude automatically hands off the cheaper actual execution typing to Sonnet. It's brilliant. All right, continuing with the priority stack. Here is Tier 3, prompts and session hygiene. Look at this prompt right here. It's polite, it's conversational, but it completely bleeds tokens. When you over-explain backstory that Claude simply doesn't need, you're just adding extra words that get reread and rebuild on every single turn of that loop. Now contrast that immediately with this one. Lead directly with the verb. State your exact scopes and just drop all the pleasantries. Claude doesn't need you to say please. It's the exact same request, but vastly cheaper as your context compounds. Next up in the priority stack is Tier 4, context compaction. So using /compact summarizes your ongoing task and drops the raw history. It's perfect to use at phase boundaries in your work. But if you're switching to totally unrelated tasks, hit /clear. That's your nuclear button to wipe all context completely clean. Don't carry over irrelevant baggage. And wrapping up the priority stack, we have Tier 5, advanced workflows. This is where Model Context Protocol, or MCP servers, come into play. They let you pull highly targeted data on demand instead of doing clumsy, massive database dumps. For example, fetching just one specific Jira ticket by its ID keeps your context incredibly lean and efficient. But hey, always remember that 80-20 rule here. Tiers 1 and 2, managing your context and picking the right model, deliver the vast majority of your financial gains. Don't waste your time tweaking custom tokenizer hacks until you've fully mastered those first two steps.
All right, let's move into our final section: maximize your efficiency and transforming your output.
Since we're talking about saving massive amounts of time and money, you need to visit appofweb.com and convert your website to mobile app today. It's an amazing tool that instantly turns your web projects into native iOS and Android apps with absolutely zero coding required. Talk about taking efficiency to the next level.
So, you've optimized your context, you've mastered the different models, you've officially stopped the token bleed, and you've saved your budget. The power is completely in your hands now. The only question left is, what incredible app will you build next?